Hello, my name's Daphne. I've been a tarot reader for a good number of years now. But when I was a child, my family played lots of card games, and I was taught to play lots of games of patience. And it occurred to me that one called the clock patience, with its 12 numbers of the clock face, is rather like the 12 houses of astrology. And I thought about this as a meditative tarot reading that one could do for oneself. Now, if you're not familiar with clock patience, you take a playing card deck and deal round 12 little piles, starting with 1 at 1 o'clock and all the way round up to 12 o'clock, which is the Queen. And then in the centre, you put a 13th card, which is a king. And you deal them all face down, and then the idea of the patience is you start with the pile in the middle on the king pile, and you turn over the first card. And whatever number that is, you put it to the number on the clock face, and then you take the next card from that number, and then you carry on round the clock face, being guided by whichever number comes up by chance, until hopefully you've got your whole clock. But the catch of the game is that if the 4 kings come up in the centre before you have completed the clock, you stop the clock. And so this stopping of the clock seemed like a really nice idea for a reading, because the cards that you'd got in order, the ace on the 1, the 2s on the 2, etc., would be the revealed and positive aspect of that house or area of your life represented by that number house. And the cards that are still face down are hidden potentials of that house that you can then learn to express by reading your dial, your clock, your timing. And so I was just experimenting with this, and I've done my first little layout very quietly here on my own, and the cards have fallen in the way that they've fallen. My 4 kings are now face up in the centre, and I have unrevealed cards all around the clock face, apart from on number 9, where all the 4 9s have come up. And there will be significance in this, I'm quite sure. So I think if you were reading this for someone else, then you would go straight from the centre to that one where everything is revealed, because that's very positive and very out in the open. Also, the suit of the king that is exposed on the top, the last king to reveal himself, becomes the centre potential, the hub of the wheel of this clock. And in my case, it was the King of Hearts. So I used that as a way of telling myself that this was about mastery of emotions, and as we know, King of Hearts is like the King of Cups on tarot. So all those meanings that go with the King of Cups in traditional tarot would be part of this. Okay? So I had an interesting reading that I did for myself, which I won't go into now because it's a personal reading, but it is very much about the potentials that I have in different areas of my life, regarding things as they are at this moment in time. And here we have the thing that binds it all together as the King of Hearts, the King of Cups. So, normally, people might well read a King card or a Queen card or a Jack as being another person. We don't do that, I feel, with a Patience deck. You definitely use the court cards as aspects of the self, not as people who are bringing that into you. Make it much more energies that are within yourself. And so, of course, the King, the centre card, is always going to talk to an aspect of mastery for you. So with the King of Wands, which are the clubs in playing cards, It would be mastery of your identity, mastery of your projects, mastery of your intentions. With the King of Cups, it would be mastery of your emotions, mastery of your imagination. And with the King of Swords, which would be the King of Spades, it would be mastery of your mind, your ideas, and your decisions. Whereas the King of Diamonds, which would equate to the King of Pentacles, it would be mastery of your material world. And so bearing that in mind, take that as the mastery of, for the whole reading. And the whole reading is guiding you towards that mastership